Amid a severe fuel crisis, Sri Lanka has asked for a $500 million loan from India to pay for its crude oil purchases. This comes a few days after the Sri Lankan energy minister had warned that the current availability of fuel will last only until January of next year. Note that Sri Lanka's state-run agency, the Ceylon Petroleum Corporation, owes nearly $3.3 billion to two Sri Lankan banks, the Bank of Ceylon and the People's Bank. Now, speaking to a local website, the head of state-run CPC said, and I quote, "We are currently engaged with the Indian High Commission here to obtain the facility under the India-Sri Lanka Economic Partnership Arrangement," unquote, adding that the $500 million facility would be utilized for purchasing petrol and diesel requirements. As per a report quoted by Sri Lanka's finance secretary, the energy secretaries of both India and Lanka are expected to sign an agreement for the loan soon. As the cost of fuel and the correspondingly commodities spike in Sri Lanka, the government has put on hold the expected retail price hike of fuel. Despite last week's increase in cooking gas and other essentials, now Sri Lanka imports crude oil from West Asia and sources refined products from other areas, including Singapore. The jump in global crude prices has forced the Sri Lankan government to spend more on oil imports this year as compared to the past. Now, Sri Lanka's oil bill has jumped 41.5% to $2 billion in the first 7 months of this year. Meanwhile, Sri Lanka's economy has been severely impacted by the coronavirus pandemic. In 2020, the country's GDP contracted by a record 3.6%.
WION now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the news on the move.